Thank you, young lady, for the wonderful introduction. It's a beautiful function. I almost forgot my exhaustion of travel, etc., after seeing what's happening here, because this is something that should happen in the medical field, which it doesn't happen because of the business of medicine. Today, if this world is going forwards, it's because of people who can think out of the box. Karl Popper was a great thinker in London in the 50s. Once said, knowledge advances not by repeating known things, but by refuting false dogmas. One of the dogmas in medicine is, for every ill there is a pill, which is not true. So I always demolished this myth about 40 years ago and wrote a book, What Doctors Don't Get to Study in Medical School. After I wrote that book, they wanted to defranchise me, remove my degrees and all. So people wrote to the MCI, remove his degrees, remove his professorship, because he has written something very much against the medicine. No. I wrote, there is no pill for every ill, but there is an ill following every pill. Like, for example, you take anything to bring down your blood sugar artificially with chemicals. That has lot of side effects. And most of the actually diabetic problems, many of them are due to the drug side effects rather than the diabetes itself. And diabetes should be controlled naturally. And that's exactly what my good friend, the handsome young man, Pramod, has done, along with his beautiful and handsome wife. I wish them Godspeed, good luck, long life to take this knowledge forwards. Let me tell you something. It was, I think, Shoemaker who said, if you take a problem to a specialist, he'll complicate it further. It takes a genius with lot of courage to reverse it and simplify it. And courage is very important because, when I first said that heart disease is not to be treated by bypass surgery and angioplasty, people wanted to kill me. Recently I had a small stroke and a lot of my friends thought I shouldn't recover because they said he's a nuisance, he doesn't allow us to do our business. Actually, medicine is not a business, medicine is a passion. Medicine is a passion, so you have to do it because you are committed to doing it. And many of us in India do not think with the Indian mind at all because we don't have an Indian mind. And luckily, Pramod yet has not become a true RNI. RNI is resident non-Indian. We live in India, but think in America. Pramod thinks like an Indian, and I hope he'll continue to think like an Indian. And Pramod showed for the first time that diabetes can be controlled without drugs and without any effort from the doctor. Actually, that is how it should be. When I first started the treatment for heart disease without any treatment, drugs, people laughed at me. But now they come to me, especially doctors come to me, because when they get ill, when they get a heart attack, they don't want the usual treatment that they give to others. And some of them don't want me to let the world know that they have come to me. They come quietly, secretly, and then take the treatment and go away. This is nature. Now, if today medicine has gone one step further, it is because of Pramod's effort to say that diabetes can be controlled naturally. The conventional thinking is diabetes, the minute you have diabetes, you must immediately go and have either insulin or some other tablet. And that's why the West always hypes that. I think it was Sindeji who was talking about Nobel Prize and all. Nobel Prize is given only if there is business in whatever you find out. Like, for example, Banting and Best found out insulin. Immediately they get the Nobel Prize and everything happens. But insulin is the one which has probably done more damage than diabetes itself. It is hyperinsulinemia that does all the damage because insulin is a growth hormone. So whether you produce endogenous or exogenous hyperinsulinemia, you get all the vascular complications, eyes, kidneys, heart, lung, everything is damaged. Your legs, everything is damaged. But before the insulin level goes up too much, you are okay. And that is where Western medicine has gone astray. Western medicine has gone after the wrong science of reductionism. That is, supposing somebody was talking about cancer, you would be surprised. We know what cancer is, but we don't know how to cure cancer. But we still give treatment which we know doesn't work. Chemotherapy and lot of things. And we know it doesn't work. But we still give it because it's a big business. You will be surprised to know that cancer business in America is $2.5 trillion business. So we want it to be perpetuated. Now we know 75% of the cancers are either due to tobacco or due to alcohol. But no government in the world, nowhere, has come forward to ban tobacco and alcohol because they are the ones that get them the lot of tax. And the governments run on tax, and the tax money comes from tobacco and alcohol to a great extent. So we want cancer, but we don't want cancer to go, because cancer is a business. Supposing cancer business goes away, cancer disappears, you will be surprised. Industries will close. Quite a lot of industries will close. Similarly, if diabetes goes away, thanks to the efforts of Pramod, a lot of industry suffers. You imagine the industry, insulin industry is a big industry. Now insulin pen, insulin this, insulin that, continuous insulin, what have you. It's a multi-million-dollar industry. All this will have to close because diabetes is a simple disease. It's not a disease, it's a metabolic change. Diabetes is not a disease of sugar. Sugar is only an indicator. Diabetes is a disease of liver where metabolism is completely upset. And so you have got to look after the whole human being. And the whole human being includes the most important part of the human being is human mind. Where is the mind? Never mind. Even your doctor thinks your mind is in the brain. And that's why mental diseases are treated with chemical drugs, which only affect the brain. Mind is not in the brain. Remember that. Mind is not in the brain. Mind is the consciousness. The whole human being is the mind. So if your mind is pleased, your diabetes is gone. If your mind is pleased, your heart disease is gone. If your mind is pleased, your cancer is gone. You hate somebody, your diabetes goes up. You hate somebody, you get a cancer. And you're very angry with someone and want to destroy somebody, you get hypertension and so many other diseases. Now, right from the beginning of my medical studies in the medical school, I was thinking, how are we treating human body as a machine? Human body is not a machine. You are one cell to begin with when you are made in the mother's womb. And that one cell is divided into 120 trillion cells today in your body. A human body is a colony of 120 human cells, which are human beings. Each one of them is capable of doing what a man does or a woman does. And then they love each other so much. Love one another so much, they talk to each other. And if you hate someone, which you are not supposed to do, then the cells get confused after some time. And then if you go on hating somebody, the cells get so confused that they say, why is this man doing that? Because I love everyone. Why is this man doing that? So the cells start hating each other, which is called autoimmune disease. You hear of some horrible diseases. These are all autoimmune diseases because the cells hate each other. So diabetes is also coming somewhere near there, not fully there, but somewhere near there. So the most important part is keep your mind tranquil, love the whole world, and have a healthy mind. You know what a healthy mind is? A mind with enthusiasm to work. You want to work. And enthusiasm is compassionate. You want to help somebody. And if you have these two qualities of head and heart, you probably become a human being. But our education system doesn't do that. Education system tries to give you a job and money. So big IITs and all, they say, how much does my student get salary next year? That's the yardstick. I tell them no. How many good human beings have you produced in this world? And that's the most important part of education system. The education must aim at making healthy minds and not just wealthy careers. If we did that, lot of more Pramods will come out. Today you make a doctor, he wants to be a specialist. And the next day he wants to drive a Audi car or a Mercedes-Benz car. And he just wants to get a gadget and put angiogram for everybody. Whoever comes to the hospital is an angiogram. And the atrocities that happen in corporate hospitals are only to be seen to be believed. Doctors are induced to do more work, so they're overdoing, over investigation, over diagnosis, over treatment. And this is accepted fact. A recent study which is published last week showed that 2,500 American doctors were interviewed, and they said 50% of what they do is not for the patient's benefit but for their benefit. 50% of angioplasties and bypass surgeries are done for the doctor's benefit, the hospital benefit, not for the patient's benefit. And when you publish this data and try to do good to people, people don't like you. You will be surprised now, we have now got a new system for treatment of heart disease. After a heart attack, we can get you back to normal with natural methods. And one of my patients, doctor patients in Pune, he has taken this forwards. One Vinod Marathe, he has taken it forwards, and we have now got lot of drugs which are accepted as treatment for heart disease after a heart attack. All this I am telling you because it takes courage of conviction, and they oppose the mainstream, which Pramod has done very well, and I hope Pramod will really become a great man and take knowledge forwards in the world. And now knowledge has really gone forwards in medicine, that diabetes can be controlled without any effort on the part of the doctor and the medicine. And this is a very great improvement. So, like for example, in the olden days also it's like that. Ptolemy said in the 2nd century, sun goes around the world. For 5 or more centuries, everybody repeated that. Sun goes around the world, sun goes around the world, sun goes around the world. Knowledge didn't go forwards. In 7th century, Copernicus said, earth goes around the sun. And then knowledge went forwards. So today, knowledge has gone forwards in diabetes. Because Pramod said, diabetes can be treated without any drugs. How true. I want more Pramods and more Indians in the Indian scenario. We don't want American thinkers here. Unfortunately, what happened after our independence, political independence, we didn't have intellectual independence. We still are slaves of the Western thought. I was fighting this cholesterol ghost for last 50 years. And I opposed cholesterol, the thought of cholesterol being bad for health, etc. for 50 years. And there's so much of effort to put me down. Actually, you will be surprised. In '84, I was giving a lecture in American College of Cardiology in Boston. After I talked, the senior most professor came down and told me, Dr. Hegde, do you have any other work in Boston? I said, no. No, you better go because it's already 4 o'clock. It will be dark by about 5 o'clock in Boston. And the soya lobby is so powerful here, and they'll bump you off. And that was the threat. You would be surprised. But today I'm so happy, after 50 years, America says cholesterol is a friend, cholesterol is not bad, cholesterol is good. Actually, in India, we have been treating diabetics with cholesterol lowering drug called statin. And we now know that statin pills, if you give it to 10 people, one of them will become a diabetic in 1 year time. Today in India, there are 15 million people taking statin. That means we are manufacturing 1.5 million diabetics every year. So that's why we say, oh, India is the diabetic capital of the world, because we are manufacturing diabetes. So now that America says cholesterol is not bad, I think this ghost will also go. So with Pramod's effort, the 2 ghosts have died in the area of diabetes. A, statin, B, the other drugs. And one other thing I'll tell you, this is a secret, don't tell others. Don't go out and tell this, and don't tell the media people. Please don't report this. Every drug that I give to a patient, there are 2 things you must know. A, if I give a drug to you, it doesn't mean it helps you, because we only have statistical data. So we have a group, this group it helps. So there is what's called NNT, number needed to treat unnecessarily, to have one effect. Take, for example, blood pressure tablet. If I give you a blood pressure lowering tablet, if you have blood pressure, you don't know, I don't know that whether you get the benefit. I have to give 850 people that tablet unnecessarily, benefit 1 patient in the next 5 years. So that's called the NNT, number needed to treat. So when I give you a blood pressure lowering tablet, you get 1 in 800 chance of getting benefit. Okay, then you say, okay, all that doesn't matter. Even then I'll take it. If you can take it, but what's the ADR ratio? What's the risk ratio? Every drug has dangerous side effects. And blood pressure tablets are 2%. That means out of the 850 that I have given unnecessarily, 2%, that is 16 people will die in the next 5 years of my tablet. And one man will be saved from blood pressure ravages. If everybody is told this about every drug that he or she is taking, many people won't take the drugs at all. And Pramod has done a very good thing in diabetes, because most of the diabetic drugs are dangerous. And some of them damage your kidney completely. And some of them damage your heart. Especially, some drugs, very, very popular drugs like metformin, they damage the kidneys completely. But doctors are so fond of them that they give huge doses because they just want to see the report. Patients are also happy with the report. How do they feel, whether they're alive or dead, they don't know, but the report must be nice. So they're only going after the report and saying, this is my report. And there again, we lower the report every day to keep the drug companies happy. There was a time when the PP sugar should be 180 and fasting sugar would be 120. When I was a student, that was the level. It came down gradually because more companies produced drugs, so it came down, and it came down so low that they said, okay, 180, etc., etc. Now this is all happening because of the industrial pressure. So the medical industry in the West runs the medical treatment methods, and they have the guideline committees. And recently they found that every guideline committee member takes millions of dollars of bribe from the drug companies, and they write it for the benefit of the drug company rather than for the benefit of the patient. And our doctors follow the American guidelines. I always tell them, don't follow the guidelines, because guidelines are not genuine. They are not scientific. They are just business. But no, you can't convince our doctors. It's very difficult to convince our doctors. So friends, I was so happy and thrilled when I came here yesterday to find out what is happening here, because I didn't know. Muktotsava, I was thinking, I was so confused. What is this Muktotsava in medicine? But then when these two people came to my room in the hotel yesterday and explained what they are doing, I was so thrilled, I tell you. I slept so well, I was very comfortable, and all my effort has come to fruition. And I'm very happy that I came here in spite of all my disabilities and difficulties. Because I don't think there is another conference like this that I had the opportunity to talk to. This is a unique opportunity, and of course, this beautiful girl told me, you will speak last because you can speak till the cows go home. We will all go for lunch by about 1:30. So I got the cue, and my attendant is telling me that it's already 1:30, so we better stop. So now he's giving me a clue, which Thomas Jefferson's uncle gave him when he became the President of the United States of America. He said, Thomas, you normally give long-winded speeches. Now that the President, you stand up, speak up, and shut up. So I will follow that policy. I stood up and I spoke up something, whether it's right or wrong, I don't know. But one thing I'm happy that I associated myself with this, because I have never seen any effort like this in medicine anywhere in the world. Pramod, may God bless you. May you live long. May your tribe increase. And may you be very happy to continue this effort, extend this further to other areas also. Actually, if we think on Indian lines, we can give Muktotsava in heart disease, Muktotsava in diabetes, Muktotsava in cancer, and Muktotsava in various other diseases. I hope we have that effort going on in other areas also. Thank you for your lead. Even I have been working in this area for the last half a century, but I never thought of this kind of an effort. I have a lot of patients who are not on drugs. I have taken them off drugs, but they are not hundreds, thousands of them. But we have not had an effort like this to really highlight that area. I thank you for your guidance. Thank you very much. May God bless all of you. Thank you.